All right, let's get right into it. Waymo just hit a huge milestone in autonomous driving, and today we're going to break down why one single number is turning this entire technology from a cool tech demo into something you might actually build your week around.
And here it is, 2000. Now, look, this is not just some number they put out in a press release. This is a real threshold. It's the point where a robotaxi service stops feeling like an experiment and starts acting like, well, like actual public infrastructure.
So what's the big deal here? We're talking about 2,000 fully driverless commercial cars. No safety driver, nothing. As of August 31st, 2025, they're out on the road, taking real, paying customers across 5 major U.S. cities. This is scale in the real world.
And that really gets to the core of what we're talking about today. Why is this specific number such a big deal? Why is this the tipping point? The moment this could actually change how you think about your commute or getting to the airport, or maybe even whether you need to own a car at all.
Okay, so to really get that, we need to look at what this new threshold actually looks like on the ground. Because it's not just about the total number, it's about where and how these cars are running.
And this is what's so interesting. Check out the distribution. You've got over 800 cars in the Bay Area, around 500 in LA, 400 in Phoenix, and each of these places is a totally unique challenge, right? You've got hills, crazy freeways, blistering heat, different driving styles. This isn't just throwing darts at a map. It's a very deliberate strategy to make the system tougher, to harden it against all the messiness of the real world.
And this really shows you the massive shift that's happened. We are so far beyond the old pilot program idea, a couple of cars driving around on a sunny afternoon. This is a real working network. It has to handle the chaos of a school drop-off, the gridlock after a big concert, the mess at the airport, and it has to do it 24/7. That's a whole different ballgame.
And what happens then? You get this amazing feedback loop. The wait times get shorter, so you start to trust it. Because you trust it, you use it more. And because more people are using it, Waymo can justify putting more cars out there, covering more ground, and running later into the night. It just keeps getting better and better, stronger with every single ride.
So, how does this even work? I mean, how can a fleet of 2,000 cars drive so confidently in these messy, unpredictable cities? Well, it's not some single magic trick. It's really a whole system of systems working together.
You can basically break down the AI's thinking into 3 steps. First, it's got to see the world. That's perception. Then it has to guess what everyone else is about to do. That's prediction. And finally, it picks the safest and most comfortable way forward. That's planning. And it's doing this constantly, over and over, which is what gives you that super calm, confident ride.
So that seeing part, that's all about something called sensor fusion. And it's not just one thing. Think of it like a team of sensors. You've got cameras for color and detail, LiDAR for perfect 3D depth, and radar that can see through rain and fog to tell how fast things are moving. When you fuse all that data together, you get this incredible, almost superhuman 3D picture of the world, day or night.
And that's just what's on the car. Behind the scenes, there's this huge support system. You've got these super high-def maps that are like a perfect memory of every single road. The car knows its location down to the centimeter. And this is so key. The driving style gets tuned for each city. Come on, driving in LA is nothing like driving in Austin, right? The system knows that, and it's all managed by this massive industrial-scale operation.
All right, so the tech is obviously super impressive, but what does it actually feel like when you're the one in the car? This is where it goes from being just a cool thing to try once to something you actually use. So, picture this, a commuter in San Francisco. For 5 mornings in a row, the car shows up in less than 5 minutes. Every single time. By Friday, she's not thinking, ooh, a robot car. She's just planning her workday, knowing her ride will be there. That's the power of consistency. Or how about this one from LA? A cinematographer, after a super long shoot, just needs a chill ride to the airport, and the car delivers. It merges onto the freeway like a pro, holds its lane perfectly, no jerking around, no surprises. It's exactly what you want when you're tired. Predictable, just wins. And this consistency isn't just about convenience, it's about safety. Here's a great example from Phoenix. A car hits one of those sudden dust storms. What does it do? It doesn't freak out, it just smoothly slows down, gives the car in front more space, and waits for things to clear up. Yeah, the trip might take a minute longer, but your stress level? It's 0. That's the combo, comfort and consistency.
Okay, so the experience for riders is getting really, really good. But what does this all mean for the bigger picture? Let's zoom out a bit and see why the big players, the analysts, the regulators, are watching this 2,000 car number so closely.
From what insiders are saying, it boils down to three big things. One, Waymo's whole city-by-city playbook, it's building huge trust with regulators. Two, it turns out people will actually pay more for reliability. Just knowing your ride is going to be there is worth a couple extra bucks. And three, data is king. With a fleet this big, Waymo can generate these hyper-specific safety reports that make getting approval to expand way, way faster.
Now, let's be real for a second. A system is not perfect. Not yet. Snow and ice? Still a huge challenge. Awkward moments at the curb? Yep, they can still happen. And it's not always the cheapest option. But, you know what? Being upfront about all that is actually how you build real long-term trust.
So that brings us to the big question. What's next? Knowing all this, Waymo's strategy is becoming super clear. And it's not what you might think. It's all about depth.
So, yeah, don't hold your breath for some big announcement about a sixth city. That's not the priority. The real focus is going deeper in the 5 cities they're already in. We're talking about connecting more neighborhoods, running cars later into the night, basically making the service so rock solid that people start to build it into their daily lives.
And as they add more cars, the service itself is going to evolve. Imagine airport pickups becoming these smooth, scheduled events instead of total chaos. Or maybe you could choose different ride modes like a quiet night ride that's extra gentle or a family mode that helps with car seats. These aren't just silly features, they're the kind of thing that makes you stick with the service. And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? At the end of the day, all the flashy tech in the world doesn't matter if it's not useful. The service that shows up on time every single day in your neighborhood, that's the one you're going to adopt. That's the one that wins.
So there you have it. The 2,000 car threshold is here, and it really marks that shift from a cool toy to a real tool. Which leaves me with one last question for you. What would it take for you? What's your personal tipping point? Is it price? Is it availability? Is it just pure reliability? What would it take for you to make a driverless ride a regular part of your week?